G'day guys, and welcome to another episode of Bounce Accounts. I'm Cutsy here, and today's episode, as you can probably see from the title, is about the Socceroos. So basically leading up to the World Cup, we'll be doing a full World Cup preview thing on each group, and then we're having a massive talk with a lot of different panellists coming on. But here today we're going to talk about the massive news for the Socceroos, that Brett Holman, 63 caps, 9 goals, has retired from international football effective immediately. It's rumoured today that with the squad for the 30-man squad that we have to pick coming out in the next 2 weeks, I think it is, or 3 weeks, that Brett was told he was not going to be a part of this 30-man squad. Then he had to decide about his career, and he obviously has retired now. I think that's a smart move from him. Tommy Rogic, who has basically taken his position in the centre attacking midfield, has had problems with his groins over the last couple of months, but it looks like and just going for a squad not for the 2014 World Cup but for actually 2015 Asian Cup, what's happening 6 months after. So that's in about 9 months time now, and we're looking for a squad that can compete there and grow through together from this World Cup into the Asian Cup and then to Russia 2018. So Brett had this to say today: "It's been a great honour and privilege to play for Australia, and to represent one country is every footballer's dream. I am proud of my achievements, and I take me with many happy memories of every time I played with the national team." He also said, "Growing up in Croydon Park, I would never manage to imagine I would score 2 goals at a World Cup." So talking about Brett's career here, basically, he played for ANZ Akmal for 4 seasons. Then he moved over to Aston Villa. You know, a couple of Aston Villa fans here on the show. And he had a bit of an indifferent season there. He played 27 times, only scored 1 goal though, and we thought this was going to be his big break in the EPL until he did leave and went to Al Nassr in, where did he go? In Dubai. So a lot of people actually had a go at him. I was one of them who actually had a go at Brett for leaving at the prime of his career. He is still only 30 years of age, and leaving the EPL. A lot of, from what I know, championship clubs, even clubs back in the Netherlands and Germany, were interested in signing him. But it looks like he went for the money over into Dubai, where there's obviously a lot of money in football over there now. Don't know what was the best move for his career, because I think Ange Postecoglou was not happy with the play over there, and he's still in the prime, not prime of his career, but after the last World Cup, you would have thought coming into this World Cup he would have been playing in a higher league, but maybe he wasn't fit for the English game. Now going into his replacements, basically, that we have in the Socceroos setup. Tommy Rogic can obviously play there, and he has been playing on the wing for the last couple of games, or been on the bench. He has had groin problems, as I said earlier, but him coming on and playing in the centre attacking midfield is probably the best for the Socceroos in the long term. We also have Oli Bozanic, who's now playing in Switzerland, who's scored, I think it's just under 10 goals in his debut season over there, coming from Central Coast Mariners, and he has been excellent. He's a player coming through. We also have Luongo. I think he's playing for, don't quote me on this, it might be, don't think it's Millwall, but it's a team in the Championship, and he's been doing excellent. He used to play for Tottenham. And we also have Tommy Orr, Matthew Leckie. Hopefully this means that Tim Cahill might move back into more of a second striker role, because I don't see us in the World Cup winning many games with Tim standing up front. He doesn't have the pace anymore against quality opposition. Against the Netherlands, Spain, and then we have Costa Rica. No, can't remember. We're going to probably lose it anyway. Yeah, can't remember. So basically, we probably need Matthew Leckie or someone else up front. Rukavica, Ben O'Halloran has been playing very well in the second division of Germany also. So these players, we're looking for a fresh new face. Also players like, Ellis will hate me for saying this, but A1 Bill has had an excellent season. He's obviously not going to be in the squad, but maybe coming over and being a part of the plus squad. So not even in the 30-man squad, but we have had history of bringing over 3 or 4 players who are bright and up and coming to feel what it is like at a World Cup. So he might be one of those. But we also have some great young players in the A-League that can come through, and still overseas we have some very good players. Hopefully this doesn't mean we'll adapt to too much defensive style though, with Milligan, Jedinak playing in there in the defensive midfielders, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'll just quickly talk about now what's happening with other positions, and it's looking likely that Lucas Neal will also miss the squad. He has now signed for Watford after he signed for, I think it was Millwall. They then loaned him to Watford because he wasn't going to get any game time with them. Interesting move for him. Personally, he's played a bit of game time over there now, but I still don't think he's up to scratch playing at a World Cup. When you think about Van Persie, whatever Spanish striker that they've got, Diego Costa now, I think it is, he's going to find it very hard. I think we have to go for youth, and that's shown with the attacking half of the field. Now we're going with youth, and hopefully this sort of core group of maybe 6, 7 or 8 players, even ones that missed the World Cup, will be together for about 8 years now. That would take us through to Russia and maybe even Qatar or / Australian World Cup if we never know what happens there. So basically, yeah, it's interesting. Brett Holman has retired today. Sort of came out of nowhere, and I think it sort of shows that Ange knows who he's going to pick now. A-League season is basically over with one more game, the grand final coming up this weekend. Let's just hope we have a great World Cup. Probably not going to happen, but we're aiming for Asian Cup in Australia. I'll be over there in probably Melbourne it is, covering a Socceroos game and a couple of other games. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video guys, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.